Welcome back to the Football Forecast. The quarter-finals of the 2026 World Cup are here. And Thursday, July 9th gives us the match that every football fan in the world has been circling since the knockout bracket was drawn. France vs Morocco. Gillette Stadium, Boston area. 4 p.m. Eastern. The rematch of the 2022 World Cup semi-final, the match that ended Morocco's historic run to the last four in Qatar. 4 years later, Morocco are back in the quarter-finals, unbeaten at this tournament, and standing directly between France and another World Cup final. Before we get into the breakdown, here are the two numbers that frame everything you are about to watch. France have scored 14 goals in 5 matches at this 2026 World Cup, the highest attacking output of any team still in the competition. Morocco have not lost a single match at this tournament. 14 goals of attacking firepower on one side. An unbeaten record built on defensive discipline, collective intensity, and moments of clinical attacking quality on the other. And threading through both teams. Preparation is the injury news that could change the balance of this match before a single minute is played. Aurélien Tchouameni, France's vice-captain in midfield. Anchor is doubtful after missing the Paraguay match. With a groin adductor injury, Ismail Sabari, Morocco's most dangerous attacker and the only player to score in all 3 group games, was forced off in the 20th minute against Canada with a muscle injury and is awaiting scan results. 2 potentially decisive absences. 1 match. And here's my personal take before we even get into the data. The Tchouameni injury is the single most important tactical variable in this match. Without him, France lose the player who shields the back four and allows Mbappé and Dembélé to stay high. If Kony starts, Morocco's pressing triggers change. They will target France's midfield more aggressively, because they know Kony doesn't have the same recovery pace. That's the tactical edge Morocco need to exploit. Let us break it down. France. 5 matters. 5 wins. 0 draws. 0 losses. 14 goals scored. 2 conceded, the joint best defensive record at this World Cup. Didier Deschamps has built a squad that operates at the intersection of relentless collective intensity and devastating individual quality. And the numbers at this tournament reflect how completely that combination has been functioning. 3-0 over Haiti, 3-0 over Iraq, 4-1 over Norway in the group stage, all controlled, all clinical, never in genuine danger of being threatened. 3-0 over Sweden in the round of 32, with Kylian Mbappé and Ousmane Dembélé combining at a level that no team in this tournament has been able to match. Then a 1-0 win over Paraguay in the round of 16, Mbappé's penalty. The only goal needed, the match controlled from start to finish. Mbappé 7 goals in 5 matches. The tournament top scorer, and not even close to being pushed by the player in second. His combination with Dembélé, who has 4 goals and 3 assists of his own, represents the most dangerous attacking partnership at this World Cup. Mbappé's acceleration, his directness, and his ability to score from any position in the final third make him the most difficult individual attacking problem Morocco's defensive structure will face. And Dembélé from the right, the reigning the best FIFA men's player, creates the width, the deliveries, and the cutting inside that give France's attack a second dimension that defenders cannot focus resources on without leaving space for Mbappé. Michael Olise has also been a revelation on the right flank, alongside them. Now the injury situation that changes France's tactical balance. Aurélien Tchouameni suffered an adductor groin problem in training on July 3rd. Missed the Paraguay match entirely, and his availability for this quarterfinal is genuinely uncertain. Tchouameni in France's midfield is the vice-captain and the player who provides the defensive cover that allows everyone ahead of him to attack without leaving the team exposed. He wins the ball, he distributes calmly under pressure, and his physicality in duels disrupts the opposition's build-up before it reaches France's defensive line. Without him, Manu Kony has taken his place in the starting lineup, a talented player who started against Iraq and Paraguay, but without the same defensive authority or positional experience at this level. If Tchouameni cannot start, France's midfield is more vulnerable to Morocco's pressing triggers and their set-piece delivery in dangerous areas. What I find fascinating here is how Deschamps has handled this. He's been cautious, not risking Chalmin against Paraguay, keeping him for the potential semi-final if France advance. That tells me the injury is significant enough that Deschamps doesn't want to gamble. And in a quarter-final against Morocco, that gamble might be exactly what he needs to take. The positive news for Deschamps is that Marcus Thuram returned to training on July 6 after missing the Paraguay match with his own injury. And he is expected to be available today, likely starting as centre forward. Thuram's physical presence in behind Morocco's defensive centre-backs adds the aerial dimension and the hold-up quality that France have been missing. Morocco, unbeaten in 5 matches, 3 wins and 2 draws. 10 goals scored, 4 conceded. They drew 1-1 with Brazil, in the group stage level on points, with the 5-time world champions. They beat Scotland. Beat Haiti 4-2, in a comeback that required 2 substitute goals, in the 78th and 89th minutes. They drew 1-1 with Netherlands, and advanced on penalties. 3-2 in the round of 32, a match that went to extra time, and required enormous physical and psychological output. Then 3-0 over Canada, in the round of 16, with a performance that showed Morocco at their collective best. Manager Mohamed Wabi has built a squad that has evolved since the 2022 Qatar tournament, faster in transition, more varied in attack, and every bit as disciplined in their defensive structure. But the injury to Ismail Sabari is the most significant team news concern at this entire quarter-final stage for any nation. He scored in all 3 of Morocco's group stage matches, against Brazil, Scotland and Haiti, and converted the winning penalty in the shootout victory over the Netherlands. He recently completed a big money move from PSV to Bayern Munich. His exit in the 20th minute of the Canada match, forced off with a suspected hamstring injury, awaiting MRI scan results, leaves Morocco's attacking plan fundamentally altered if he cannot start. Soufiane Rahimi, who came on as his replacement against Canada and impressed, striking the crossbar before scoring, is the most likely alternative. Rahimi is direct, physical, and capable of creating moments from individual quality. But he is not Sabari, and Morocco's coaching staff know it. Hakim Ziyech provides the wide creative threat and the set-piece delivery that gives Morocco a genuine route to goal from dead ball situations. However, it's worth noting that Ziyech and Youssef Enesiri were both omitted from Morocco's 2026 World Cup squad. A bold decision by Wabi that has paid off with this squad's collective intensity. Achraf Hakimi, as captain, is the most complete attacking fullback at this tournament. His ability to join attacks from right back and create 1-versus-1 situations in the final third is the dimension that makes Morocco genuinely dangerous going forward, rather than simply hard to beat. Azzedine, Al-Nahi and Safin Amrabat, both confirmed fit, provide the midfield press and recovery that enables Morocco's defensive block to function at the intensity Wabi's system demands. Chadi Riyad remains sidelined with the knee injury he sustained against the Netherlands and missed the Canada match, a defensive absence that limits Morocco's options at centre-back. The Riyad injury is under-discussed. He was Morocco's best aerial defender. Without him, Morocco's set-piece vulnerability increases, and France have been lethal from dead balls all tournament. Now let us look at the head-to-head and the tactical picture for this specific match. France and Morocco have met 6 times in official competition. France have won 4, 1 ended in a draw. And Morocco's only competitive win came in a 1998 penalty shootout. The most recent meeting was the 2022 World Cup semi-final. France won 2. But here is the context that matters most from that result. Morocco had 55% possession and registered 13 shots. They were not outplayed. They lost to France's efficiency, the clinical moments that turned possession dominance into a scoreline that suggested a more comfortable win than the match actually produced. This Morocco squad knows that. The 2022 semi-final result fuels their belief that they can compete with France for 90 minutes. The question is whether they can not only compete, but convert their own moments. The tactical battle that defines this match is Mbappé against Hakimi. Former teammates at PSG. Players who know each other's tendencies, preferred positions, and decision-making patterns, as well as any 2 international opponents in this bracket. If Mbappé moves inside from the left, and Hakimi follows him, the space opens on France's right side for Dembélé's direct running. If Hakimi holds position to protect the wide channel, Mbappé has the ball and the space in central areas, where he is most dangerous. This is a duel that neither player will win convincingly for 90 minutes, but whichever decision Hakimi makes in the specific moments that matter will determine whether France's left side or Morocco's right-back transition creates the decisive opportunity. France's midfield controls specifically whether Tchouaméni can return, or whether Kouni continues, shapes how easily Morocco can build from their defensive third. Morocco's set-piece delivery through Ziyech, and their physical presence at corners, make dead ball situations their highest probability scoring route, if open play is kept tight. I'm also watching the battle between Dembélé and Morocco's left-back. Dembélé's been unplayable at times this tournament. If he gets isolated one-on-one on the right, Morocco will have to shift defensive cover, and that's when Mbappé finds space on the opposite side. That's how France score. Our assessment. France's statistical profile at this tournament is the most dominant of any team remaining in the quarterfinals. 14 goals. 5 wins. Mbappé and Dembélé operating at a collective level that Morocco have not faced from any opponent in this tournament. But Morocco are unbeaten. They have taken points off Brazil. They held Netherlands to extra time. And if Sabari is fit, their attacking threat in transition is real and dangerous. France win this 2-1 is the most likely outcome. Mbappé scores his 8th tournament goal. Dembélé is involved in the decisive moment, and Morocco score through a set-piece delivery or a Hakimi-created transitional moment that tests France's penalty area organisation. If Tchouaméni is fit and starts, France's midfield control increases significantly, and the 2-0 outcome becomes more likely. If Kouni continues in his place, Morocco's pressing has more opportunity to generate the turnover that leads to their goal. France advance, but this is the match where their depth and efficiency are most genuinely tested. That is your complete quarter-final breakdown right here on the Football Forecast. Now drop a comment below and tell me your score prediction for France versus Morocco. Does Mbappé score again? Does Sabari make it onto the pitch? And does Morocco produce the result that would make this the greatest match in their football history? Hit subscribe right now and turn on the notification bell. We are at the quarterfinals and the semi-final draw is almost ready. We cover every match all the way to the final. Follow us on all our socials for live score updates and post-match reaction as Thursday's results come in. This is the Football Forecast. See you in the next one.